ready to press the lever as New Hayland turns out of line. It goes back in now. And a pair away. Guybin's Nephew on the inside with Pegwell Bay. Cuddy Dale going up to join him, to take it up, in fact, with Torren Field as they come to the first. Cuddy Dale lands in the lead with Torren Field up sides, and they're all safely over the first. Torren Field and Cuddy Dale, with Guybin's Nephew right up with them. Hogmanay there on the outside. Another Coral on the inner. Sword Beach is also up with the lead. Spy and Major Match are the two back markers at the moment. Coming to the third. Torren Field, Cuddy Dale, Hogmanay on the outside. On the inner, Guybin's Nephew. Sword Beach right up with them. Another Coral and Pegwell Bay just in behind the lead too. And a long run now to the next fence, with this natural arena in the Cotswolds looking at its spectacular best this afternoon for this 32nd running of the Mackeson, in which Cuddy Dale and Torren Field are disputing it from Sword Beach on the far side. Behind them, Guybin's Nephew showing there with his white face. Hogmanay's right up with the lead too, so's New Hayland, and Ida's Delight not far off the lead too. Coming down towards the next, Torren Field, Pegwell Bay right up there. Sword Beach, Cuddy Dale, Hogmanay, New Hayland. Hogmanay jumped out to the right and lost ground at that one. Pegwell Bay, the top weight and winner in 88, is the leader, and Hogmanay looks in trouble and could easily be pulled up. Hogmanay is going to be pulled up. It looks like it. He's right out the back anyway. Pegwell Bay is the leader from Torren Field and Sword Beach, and Guybin's Nephew, and Hogmanay is being pulled up. Pegwell Bay there from Torren Field and Sword Beach, and Guybin's Nephew and Ida's Delight, and then comes Cashew King and another Coral. Behind them, Southern Minstrel, and then Glenagary, and then Cuddy Dale, who's lost a bit of ground. Antimatter's next on the inside, and then Spy, and then Major Match and New Hayland. Over the seventh now. And as they jump the seventh, Pegwell Bay, Guybin's Nephew right up with him on the inside, Torren Field on the outer. Sword Beach is just in behind the lead. Then comes Ida's Delight and another Coral, and Cashew King and Glenagary and Antimatter and Southern Minstrel as they come down to fence number 8. The next will be the water. Torren Field is the leader. Torren Field lands in the lead from Pegwell Bay, and Guybin's Nephew on the inside. Mistake by Cuddy Dale when he nearly went there. New Hayland also made a bad mistake coming down to the water. Torren Field is the leader. Pegwell Bay on the outside. Guybin's Nephew on the inner. Another Coral next, and then Cashew King on the outside. Just in behind them come Ida's Delight, and behind Ida's Delight is Glenagary and Southern Minstrel. The first of the ditches now, Torren Field. Torren Field and Guybin's Nephew, they land almost together from another Coral on the inside of Pegwell Bay, with Cashew King wide of the others and right prominent up there too. 5 from home now. Torren Field lands in the lead from Guybin's Nephew, who's not foot perfect at that one. Another Coral is third. Pegwell Bay 4 on his outside, just going up to pass him. Cashew King comes next, followed by Sword Beach and Ida's Delight and Antimatter getting a little bit closer as they come to the final ditch, and Adrian Maguire in the lead on Torren Field for Ireland. He jumps it from, and Guybin's Nephew's a faller there. Guybin's Nephew has gone at the final ditch. Pegwell Bay, the 88 winner, is lying second. Another Coral is third on the inside. Cashew King is 4 and Antimatter 5, getting closer all the time, and then Sword Beach. But as they run downhill, it's Torren Field for Ireland by a good 2 lengths now. From another Coral on the inside, who moves up to be second with Pegwell Bay on his outside. Just behind Pegwell Bay is Antimatter, who's still making progress on the outer. Cashew King comes next, and then Sword Beach coming down to the third last, and Cuddy Dale has been pulled up. Torren Field on the inside lands in the lead from Antimatter on the far side and Pegwell Bay. Another Coral has gone second now though, and it's Torren Field from another Coral and Antimatter, 2 from home, and it's Torren Field Torrenfield lands in the lead from Another Coral in second. In third is Antimatter. They're racing round the home turn now, and it's Adrian Maguire and Richard Dunwoody with Another Coral travelling the stronger at the moment. The locally trained Another Coral has taken it up now as they race towards the last in the 32nd running of the Mackeson Gold Cup, and Another Coral is clear of Torrenfield for Ireland at the final fence. Another Coral jumps it brilliantly and gets away from it fast. It's Richard Dunwoody now being challenged again over on the far side by Torrenfield and Adrian Maguire. It's going to be close between these two as they race up towards the line. Another Coral on the near side, Torrenfield on the far side. It's going to be a photo. It's a photo between Another Coral and Torrenfield, but Another Coral is winning for me. Torrenfield is second and Sword Beach is third. Then came Irish Delight and Cashew King and Antimatter and Pegwell Bay, and behind Pegwell Bay was Glenagary, and then Southern Minstrel, and then Major Match, and then New Halen. And so the result of the 1991 Mackeson Gold Cup is officially a photo with, for me, the winner, number 8, Another Coral, owned by Mr. M.R. Dealey, trained by David Nicholson, and ridden by Richard Dunwoody. It'll be his 4th course triumph for this horse if the number 8 goes in the frame. And second for me, but in the photo, is number 11, Torrenfield for Ireland, owned by Mr. Fran Lennon, trained by him and ridden by Adrian Maguire. And third was number 14, Sword Beach, owned by Mrs. S.J. Mason, trained by Peter Easterby and written by Richard Fye. And it's a photo again. It's a photo for 4th place. And there, congratulations from Adrian Maguire to Richard Dunwoody and vice versa between these two protagonists who had the 1991 and 32nd running of the Mackeson Gold Cup between them as they jumped the last. It's close, this photo, but I think we'll find it's another triumph for David Nicholson, who won this in 1986 with very promising, and that the 1 pound overweight that Richard Dunwoody put up has not meant the difference between success and failure. See what you think as we review the closing stages.
Another really great race for the Mackeson, and Guybin's nephew had been blazing along early on, but this was his downfall, the last ditch. Look to the inside, there he is with his white face. Torrenfield's in the lead already, but he puts right down there, ploughs through it. Look beyond him and you see how close it was to the winner being brought down. There's Another Coral who clambers over the fallen rider and manages to get away with it. It cost him a couple of lengths, and until then Richard Dunwoody had been cantering, but he's still in a good position as Torrenfield, the Irish challenger, gallops down the hill. What a ride Adrian Maguire gave this soft ground horse, and here he's still in pole position. Pegwell Bay, this little horse with 11 stone 10, still bang there with his yellow colours. Peter Scudamore now looms up on the outside on Antimatter, who was in the last 3 early on and threaded his way through the field without jumping spectacularly, but jumping well. This is the notorious third last fence, but the new landing side makes it easy for horses now. If they make a mistake like Pegwell Bay, he would have probably gone in the olden days, but it's still Torrenfield. But now Richard Dunwoody is breathing down his neck on Another Coral. Pegwell Bay still there, but now Skew's looking a real big danger on Antimatter as they come to the second last. 3 horses almost in line at the second last, but still on the inside, Torrenfield, Another Coral, Antimatter. Pegwell Bay is starting to lose ground now. Cashew King just with a chance on the outside, but can't get into contention, and they come to the elbow, and Adrian Maguire goes for everything. Richard Dunwoody, whip in his right hand, asked his horse to quicken away, and at this point, going 2-3 lengths clear, it looked as though the Mackeson was in his pocket, and he jumps the last brilliantly. 1-2 up for him. But Torrenfield also comes up for Adrian Maguire, and the two of them are clear. Pegwell Bay makes a bad mistake back in 3rd place. Still Another Coral looks sure to win. But look at this rider on the far side, Adrian Maguire. He gets his horse running. He gets him to lengthen again on this searching run-in. And the gap's closing all the way to the line. But Another Coral holds on, despite the 1 pound overweight, to win a dramatic Mackeson. The two of them clear. Here is the official. It is Another Coral who's won. The Irish horse is second, and a long way back, Sword Beach is third.